Welcome to 21st Sports, and we're talking the Oakland Raiders at the Tennessee Titans in their Week 3 matchup played September 25th, 2016, and this game went all the way down to the wire. It almost looked like it was going to go to overtime, but a penalty on the offense would take the touchdown off the board, and the Raiders would hold on to win. The Titans did score first in this game, though, courtesy a 34-yard field goal by Ryan Suckup that put him up 3-0. Then still in the first, Latavius Murray put in the end zone a 22-yard touchdown run that gave the Raiders their first lead of the game, up 7-3 early. Then in the second quarter, Sebastian Janikowski hit a 52-yard field goal, and that extended the Raiders' lead to 7 with the score Oakland 10, Tennessee 3. Then just before halftime, Derek Carr hit Seth Roberts for a 19-yard touchdown, and it was 17-3, Raiders up at halftime. Then in the third, DeMarco Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run, some extra effort on that run, and that made it a 7-point game with the score 17-10 as the Titans were within a score. And in the closing moments, it actually looked like they had tied the game as Marcus Mariota hooked up with Andre Johnson for the score, but an offensive pass interference that took it off the board. And so then on the next play, there was a no call. It didn't look like interference, and the game came to a close. And the Raiders hold on to win. They're above 500, and the Titans with the loss fall below 500. But in this game, Derek Carr, 21 for 35, 249 yards passing. He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Marcus Mariota, 17 for 33, 214 yards passing at no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. DeMarco Murray had 16 carries for 114 yards and a touchdown in this game. He also had 5 catches for 41 yards, giving him a total of 155 yards on the game. Michael Crabtree was the game's leading receiver with 8 receptions for 102 yards. Amari Cooper had 4 receptions for 62 yards. When we look at the defense for the Raiders, Nelson and Smith each had interceptions. Autry had a sack. And for the Titans, Williamson had an interception, and Arakpo and Casey each had a half a sack. First downs 19-17 in favor of the Titans. On third down, the Raiders 5 for 13, 38%. The Titans 2 for 12, just 16% on third down as they struggled to move the chains. And they were 0 for 1 on fourth down. They had more net yards, 393 to 368. And actually, when you look at the rushes, the yards per play for rushing play, 6.2 for Tennessee, 4.9 for Oakland. But they need to get more attempts in the hands of Murray. We look at the penalties, 8 penalties each, but just 58 penalty yards against the Raiders, 70 penalty yards against the Titans. The Titans had 2 fumbles. They lost 1. They kept 1. Then in the red zone, the Raiders 1 for 1, 100%. The Titans just 1 for 3, 33%. If they were able to improve on that number, things might end up different. But the time of possession, 30 minutes, 57 seconds for Tennessee, 29 minutes, 3 seconds for Oakland. So it's a tight game, came down to the wire. It almost ended up going to overtime, but Oakland holding on to win this one as the Raiders improve, as I said earlier, above 500. They're 2-1. As they got a much-needed victory here, as they could ill afford to go down 1-2 in that tough AFC West. Of course, the Titans at 1-2, they're going to have a tough time in their division as well, as they've got to deal with the Colts and the Texans. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you had a good day and are having a great weekend and enjoyed all the sports.